All right. All right. All right. Here we go. And we're live. And it didn't zoom in like I wanted it to. So. Okay.
Well, you should know better.
I should have known better. But apparently I didn't.
There we go.
Yep.
Enhance.
Yeah. Alright, now, time to look up lava pictures. Or lava flames. Yeah, let's look up lava flames. Images. Okay, it looks like it's kind of like a red core with just like bright yellow. You know, actually. I just wanted pictures of the flames. I'm not a pyro, I promise. Okay, looks about like.
Flames.
Yeah.
Thing is,
I think they just like look like normal flames, I guess, or at least that's what we're gonna go with.
Yeah, they look like normal flames.
All right.
Lava itself isn't really burning. It's just hot.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. So we'll start with. We'll just start with candlelight yellow, and then work our way up from there. And I hope sound is good on stream, or at least I'm assuming it is.
Let me check.
Okay.
It's good.
Bueno.
Well, by the way, new beer is delicious.
A new beer? What?
Cross Train
Oh, yeah?
has one of their summer beers out or whatever. It's called Self-Propelled Lawnmower.
Okay.
It's a lager with pineapple and lemon.
Oh. Oh, dear.
Yeah, it's pretty much summer shandy. It's delicious.
Yeah. But like, the pineapple sells it more for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's very light and fruity. It's delicious.
You find it at the Hy-Vee you usually hit up?
Yeah,
Okay, that might have to be a purchase for this weekend.
it should be by the one closer to you.
Okay. Hello, Muse.
The wife actually picked it up at the one closer to dock, because that's where she was at.
Oh, okay.
I cannot find the one that was over by me at all.
That's good.
But
So I could just go get it.
You could. And you should. And then you should come over here. And then we could drink together.
That's a good idea.
It is.
science.
Yeah. Can't argue with that. That's science.
No. I would never argue with science. It may be like phrenology, but I'm not sure that was ever really science. Social Darwinism, I would argue with that.
Yeah. Sorry. Just had like a Rocco's Modern Life moment in my head pop off there. Like, hey, buddy, my wife's a sea mammal. And like, hey, buddy, my wife's a phrenologist.
Oh, it's this trip. Of course. We just go on the pile. The other crap I own that I have no practical use for anymore.
Until you have a
Oh,
practical
crap.
use for it.
No, I know, right?
You never know.
Okay, I guess I won't throw away my last floppy disk drive.
Hey, you never know. That might be the thing that saves the world someday.
You never know.
And, as we were
Like
all
in-
taught,
in-
knowing is half the battle.
Mm-hmm. G.I. Joe. And do you ever... Did I send you those pictures of Optimus Prime that I have? Did I send you the picture of them framed?
Yes. Those look epic.
Yeah, yeah. And I love them, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, I'm like, that show was just a toy commercial. You know? Yeah.
It was, but also, like, Optimus Prime was still, like, a valiant and noble hero.
That's true. I mean, I don't know what writer put the words, freedom is the right of all sentient beings in his mouth, but that's what he came to represent.
Yeah.
Views will return on Discord.
Mananana.
I've got so many video games I feel like I want to play or need to play, and I have the time because, single man with no responsibilities, but I've found it difficult to get into them lately. I started Expedition 33, and that's interesting, but I haven't quite been hooked by it like I expected
Yeah.
to be.
What's Expedition 33 about?
We talked about it a couple weeks ago,
Okay.
or maybe even last week. It's the one where you are like a person who was on the last expedition to try to save humanity, because every year
Oh, yep, okay. I remember now.
like just counting down year after year, people dying basically
Yeah.
if they're that age. So I started that and got past the intro, got to the start of the proper actual gameplay, and made it to the first boss battle and I didn't exactly get my ass kicked, but didn't win. And I think I'm gonna have to turn the difficulty down because a lot of the combat is turn-based, except for the parry system, where you can parry an attack, and which gives you a counter attack, which does massive damage.
Okay.
You want to be able to do that, except my slow ass keeps missing the parries, so I think I'm going to turn this difficulty down from like normal to story.
Okay. Well, have you tried, when you are
tried.
parrying, to say, ho, haha, guard, turn, parry, dodge, thrust?
I didn't try that.
You should try that,
didn't
because
try
it
that.
always worked for Robin Hood Daffy.
You know,
And then before every combat, you need to yell at the top of your lungs, yoinks, and away.
did Daffy Duck win those fights?
Yes, he was the moral victor of every one of those fights.
Moral victor. Damn it. The moral victory. Oh my god.
Little does he know I'm wearing my
Same.
disintegration-proof vest.
Porky Pig was usually the winner of most of those battles.
Yeah.
One or the other.
And then I love it.
Hello.
He gets shot with the disintegration pistol, and the vest stays.
Like a Marvin the Martian or something.
Yeah,
I
well-
think
Exactly who it
in
was.
This conversation.
Yeah, well, so he was talking about a parry system in a game, and I said, well, have you tried, every time you parry, to say, ho, ha, ha, guard, turn, dodge, parry, thrust? Because it worked for
Jesus
Daffy
Christ.
Duck.
I was gonna say, I mean, I've played LARPs before, and there's some. Usually they're not quite that long.
Yeah. And then I said, before every battle, he has to yell at the top of his lungs, yoinks, and away.
What about Leroy Jenkins?
No, it has to be yoinks and away if he's going to do the proper parry system.
Oh, okay.
But maybe for boss battles against dragons, it should be Leroy Jenkins.
That's right. They have a lot of eggs.
Yeah.
They have a lot of dragon eggs.
But at least he'll get chicken.
So disappointing to learn that Leroy Jenkins was staged. Not surprising necessarily.
You didn't. I was gonna say I knew it was staged as soon as they said, we had this has a what was it?
Yeah, when he actually had numbers to crunch.
3%, chance of success. I'm like, oh, this is staged.
I think that's fucking bullshit.
See, I wasn't a WoW player, so I think my first thought was, wow, people who play WoW are insane.
Well,
Just
well,
my stereotypes
yeah,
and
they are.
expectations.
I'm not going to argue with you there.
I mean, I'm not gonna argue the point, no, because it's kind of true. Actually, the funny thing was, the first time I saw the video, I hadn't played WoW either, and somebody literally showed me that as an example, saying that was an example of people who played WoW.
Yep.
So, still love the game though.
Yep.
I like it more now. So they've definitely made it for filthy casuals like me who have a life. So I like it. I really am enjoying playing it again.
I
got
would.
into MMOs because I hate people.
You don't have to play with anybody, actually.
Oh, okay.
Actually,
The thing about WoW is
I wish you would have played with us when we were playing, Doc.
Yeah, that would have been good, but at the same time, like,
It's fun with
I
your
don't know.
friends, though.
whenever you guys talk about it, it's like, yeah, it's fun, but it also sounds kind of hellacious.
Oh yeah.
I mean, better than Alicia's.
I mean,
Well, their schedule, they were like raiding with East Coast or West Coast people.
yeah,
That's-
either West Coast or Pacific Islanders. Like the time
That's
difference.
okay.
How do you do that?
Like Hawaii servers.
There's,
People had, like,
I don't think there's
insane
Hawaii.
pings.
I don't think there's
Not a
Hawaii.
fan of this game.
If you're like in a hardcore raid guild, then there is like work involved. You know.
Yeah, there is.
Night Whisperer could probably explain, but he's not even that hardcore. They don't take themselves overly seriously.
No, I mean, as a like we skyrocketed up to like the number 5 guild on our server, pretty quick.
It was 4 or 5.
Yeah, and yeah, I was the main tank, and yeah, it was it sucked a little bit, but it was fun going through the challenge with the group of people that you knew would have your back and actually made it fun.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I can understand that.
Yeah, it is fun with your friends. It's not so fun when you meet a stranger who if your GPS isn't like what he deems it should be. I mean, it can be sufficient for the dungeon, to blow everything up. But if it's not what he thinks it should be, whatnot, you can get a lot of crap. But
Yeah.
if you're on there with friends, honestly, it doesn't matter. Or you do, well, now they have something called Raid Finder where, unless you're really, really, really bad, like basically you AFK, people don't tend to bother you there.
Yeah.
Just go get it done. They're
Mhm.
not hard.
Yeah. Well, and also like, yeah.
We were pretty much on the bleeding edge of the new raids coming out. Like, people hadn't even completed a lot of the stuff that we were working on, so we were helping develop how to beat raids.
Yeah.
So were you doing it in the? So you're doing it in the playtest room?
No, just it was when it was finally open for the public.
Just
See, nowadays,
no one had beat it yet because it was still all new and no one had made it all the way through the stuff.
So nowadays, well, raids are now broken up, but there are definitely skill levels, and the hardest one is Mythic. Now, there is a competition at the beginning when they drop a new raid for World's First. And this is something that the real hardcore raid, like almost like the professional gaming groups out there, like Liquid and Method and such, they're actually like professional gamers. They don't just play. I think they've got things in other games, not just WoW too. But these are the ones that end up, you know, doing. They said they go for World's First. They get sponsors and things, you know, and they all broadcast it on their own Twitch channels and such. But basically, yeah, there's like this it's super hardcore. In fact, I think once somebody beats it, they actually will nerf things in that level so that they make it easier, but I'm not positive on that. And there's Raid Finder, which is really easy, and then there's I think one level in between. There's Heroic, which is what Night Whisper does. So it's not quite that crazy. Yeah, I think that's the three. So, you know, it's really, you get something for everybody nowadays.
Yeah.
And the story is really good. Very solid. You know, this was the first time in a while that they had 2 expansions in a row that I think were really excellent. Because it's sort of like Star Trek movies. Every other one was really just absolutely phenomenal, and then the next one was meh. I don't think they've had any complete dogs, but they definitely have ones that weren't as good as others. So then it was alternating for a while there, and now with Dragonflight and The War Within, we have had 2 really good expansions in a row. They've been just a ton of fun to play.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, see, we were like at the height of I remember when Ice Crown Citadel opened.
Yep.
I
I think we were only 3 weeks behind the World First.
Yep.
On beating that Ice Crown.
Once we got with that good guild. Once we left Hawkeye behind and his group.
But yeah, I actually like to watch the World's First. Oh, I think the other thing that WoW's added for competition, and they actually do this, and I believe there is prize money and such, is they have the Mythic Dungeon. It used to be invitational, now it's international. And what this is you have Mythic Dungeons, which are basically you have to race. You actually have a time limit. Every time you die, it ticks off time. You know, they throw extra and basically it gets harder and harder and harder. You start out at M0, which is your baseline, and then you get keystones, and you can level up your keystone, and basically you can go. I've heard it in the 20s.
Have good luck.
Mythic plus 20.
All right. Thanks,
Plus
babe.
25, 26, 28, I think is about the top end. So, and they throw like additional things at you, like they're affixes. So there's like, you know, I don't know. There's like things that explode when you kill them, or there's blood that, you know, drips out that causes damage, and you have to avoid it and such. So they throw.
Someone might say it's butt damage.
That's right, butt damage. So they actually run a competition where basically guilds or teams run against each other, and whoever gets to the end first wins, or has the most time left on the timer wins. So, and they get points and such, and then they just move on. It's pretty cool. I don't have, sadly, I don't have a lot of time to sit and watch this stuff.
Yeah.
If I did, I would. In fact, I think they're doing it right now. I don't think they finished off the last 2 weekends. I've noticed they've had their Twitch going with the dungeon races.
Yeah, I think I'd probably have to drill holes in my head if I sat and watched other people run WoW raids at this point.
Yeah.
Because of all the
Well,
time that I've done that myself.
They're dungeons and not raids, but they can be just as bad.
It's the same thing. So
Six one, half a dozen the other.
It's different because it's only 5 people. It's not.
I get it.
Yeah.
But
Though
you don't understand how many hours we spent on dungeons and raids and stuff like that. It
Wait,
was a lot. It
had,
was
had to get our
I know.
dailies in and all that other crap.
Trust me, I understand. I've been playing for a long time.
and then me being the tank.
I know.
Like, oh dear lord. Like, I always had one fight, and Sojan will back me up with this. Usually it was at the beginning of the dungeon, where, for lack of a better term, I would just smash my face on the keyboard and roll it back and forth. Like,
That's right, you face roll things.
yeah, I just had a round where I forgot how to tank. But then, once that was over, and we came back from it, I was fine. But,
So
yeah.
Gamer DJ, who's one of my, he's like my best friend. That's what his thing. He's a warrior tank.
Yep, that's what I was too.
But, although now he's diversified. He's actually got, I forget how many 80s or max levels he's got right now, but he's got a tank almost a tank spec on almost every single one of them.
Yeah. Well,
it's a really good tank.
Yeah, and I just remember a few times, just I don't know why, for some reason none of you guys were on, none of the guys from the guild were on, and I'm just like, okay, I'll just do my daily dungeon, get some of that done and out of the way. And I log into one, and first thing I see in chat is, oh dear God, oh thank God, a geared tank.
Yeah.
Because at that point, I think I had heroic versions of everything from Ice Crown except for the motherfucking shield.
Did you ever get it?
I never got it.
That sucks.
Dr. Sojan,
Yeah,
thank you.
Why do I not have my fucking mod tools up?
Good question.
I beat you to it.
Why don't you?
I know. I'm annoyed.
So that's really cool. It used
Come
to be
on.
the tank. You know what? And tanks, if you queue today, because now basically you can queue to run with 4 strangers, or if you're a party, basically queue to dungeons, and you don't have to be summoned anymore. You don't have to be, you don't have to fly there.
Yeah.
Except for I think mythics. Those you go through a different thing, but the other ones you queue up and you just do, and you never know what you're gonna get though for people.
Oh yeah, because apparently, yeah, it was one of the first dungeons. Hey, Shy Mew Paints. Yeah, it was one of the first Ice Crown dungeons too. It was super easy, and they had wiped twice at the first pull. That's how bad the first tank.
With the trash?
With the trash.
They died on that is sad.
Yeah, and I basically, the healer apparently was okay, but just couldn't heal through the jackassery. And
Were
yeah,
they going too much?
I guess, I don't know, but I knew the dungeon inside and out at that point, and I just ran through. We're just like, okay, let's do this, and got it done. And I think I was number 2 on DPS because I had DPS trackers up because I was a tank and I needed that shit because I needed to know who was trying to pull aggro from me. Took me 18 kills to get the Inch Shield from Ice Crown Citadel. Yeah, we did the boat battle on heroic every week for it was at least a half a year, wasn't it, Sojan?
Yeah.
And
Shit.
Easily.
yeah, we only saw it once when I wasn't a tank with our other guild, and then never again with with the good guild where I was running as main tank.
Jesus fucking hates people.
Yep.
R and fucking Jesus.
Yep.
So with me, my nemesis is the Headless Horseman's mount. You know. the
Oh, yeah.
mount. I have been farming that fucking thing for years. Okay, granted, not every year I make an all-out effort. And then, of course, there was the year I took off, or a year or two I took off. So I don't count them. But I've probably been going for that damn thing for, I don't know, how long has it been around?
Many.
Yeah, many.
Yeah. Bull fucking
Though-
shit. That thing never will drop.
Though
I got the new pet that they had this year. I had Arpus. I love the fact that it's a dog name. It's a ghostly dog, and his name is Arpus. Ba-dum-bum.
Nice. Yeah, the one mount that I kind of I started to become a mount whore.
Oh, I totally am.
Yeah. Well, it all started
like
with
it.
I got the blue proto drake.
Ooh.
Yeah, and
Where was that? Where was the proto one?
it was one in Northrend. I forget the.
Oh yeah. I was trying to think of like that was the time lost that.
Yeah, the time lost proto drake. That was the one that Luma kept trying to get, and I'm just kind of like,
Oh, I've never
Nah.
done that damn. I've every time I'm in Ice Crown, just for shits and giggles, I usually fly over there where it spawns. Never found it. I think one time I saw it dead, but I've never seen that damn Drake.
yeah.
And I've been playing forever.
Luma almost got it twice, and he ran out of time both times.
See, I instant kill it now because you're so fun. I forget what Ice Crown level, what levels technically Ice Crown is, but it's
I think
low.
it was
They-
80.
They did well, it was back then, or 70, but it was back then. But basically, they had a stat crunch, so they crunched everyone's levels. We were like 120, I think, was the highest level, and then they switched everything down because it was getting outrightly unwieldy. So they've totally changed the way leveling works and such in the game.
Okay.
Now everything's everything you don't out-level an area. Everything is basically spawns in at a level that you know it's not ridiculous for you to kill, but you can kill.
Okay.
And there's a little bit of challenge. I mean, if you end up pulling too damn much stuff, yes, you can still die.
Yeah.
I've done that.
So basically, you could do the thing that they did in the South Park episode, and grind boars to get to 80.
Yeah, but no, because the thing of it is nothing goes gray on you. You would out-level, basically. Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But they did it so that's right. It would be exactly that. Sorry, I haven't got
And
it backwards.
that's good to hear, Night Whisper, that you could just do that. That would have been really nice back in the day.
That's true. Although not for the Headless Horseman's mount. That does not have bad life protection.
Like, could have gotten my goddamn shield. And sometimes there are purchasable raid loot items with currency that you get from raiding or other content. If you have a BIS that never drops for you, you can purchase it later in the season usually. Alright, well,
Yeah,
still.
They do have gear. They do have marks and things so you can actually buy gear.
Yeah, I still
wanna
laugh at the dual wielding those Nax maces.
Oh, yeah.
That was crazy drops.
Yep.
I assume this is Warcraft?
Yep.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm all hyped up in Warcraft because I went. So they just had, it was their anniversary, and they just had a little world tour.
Excuse me.
Called
Bless you.
Warcraft 30. Because Warcraft is 30, although the World of Warcraft is not. It's 20. But Warcraft is 30. So they had a little celebration that the tickets were free, but you had to be friggin' fast and lucky to get them. And I was fast and lucky, and I got them. So they had an event in Boston, which is why I was like, oh my gosh. Now, remember when it was announced, and my husband, because my birthday was last week, and the thing was this weekend. So, hubby was like, "Yeah, you and DJ, it'd be ready. It'd be a great little birthday thing to do for yourselves because his birthday was actually 2 days after mine." So it was an amazing event. It was absolutely free. Even when you get in there, it was like all the stuff to do was free except for.
Oof, and Boston was the only U.S. location. Wow.
Boston was because it was taxi.
Okay.
They were in town for taxis, so that's why they ended up in Boston. Apparently, they now have a Blizzard as a Boston office, which I was like, great. Why did you like do this like when I was first looking for a job?
Because that would have made sense. It would have been a dream job, and fuck your dreams.
I mean, I did okay with my job.
No, you know what I mean, though. Like, that would have been a dream job.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It would have. But yeah, it was a really amazing. So they had like little activities you could do. They actually brought a couple down, like the shit. I got paint on myself.
Oh no! Whatever will you do?
Try to clean it off. Fortunately, I changed out of my decent clothes, so it's my pajamas. I'm in my pajamas, okay?
All right. Nah, nothing wrong with that.
So, what was warm? It's like friggin' warm, so I put on something cool.
What did you get up to in Boston today?
I don't know. Maybe hot 70s somewhere.
Okay,
Maybe.
yeah. It hit. It did. Did we get up to 90, or were we like dabbling with 90 today?
Oh, you guys are supposed
Almost.
to get like warm out, super warm.
I think it was like 89.
Yeah.
88, something there.
And then I even looked just out of curiosity. We were still like 10 degrees lower than the record high.
Ick.
So, anyways, I digress.
Yeah.
But they had so you could get a hat and you could pick a patch. They had anniversary ones, and then they had an Alliance and a board one, and the Alliance just looked so cool. I actually got the Alliance one. In
Yeah.
fact, I think we all did, because I think Night Whisper did too. Because he was there too. He and his daughter actually ended up scoring 2 tickets each, and I think 2 tickets went to waste. Because we didn't know who to give them to.
Well, damn it! If I'd have been in the area, I'd have gone with you. But you know, que sera.
That would have been amazing. But let's see. There was the patch bar. There was they had a thing set up where you could get your picture taken, and then it would send you the picture to your phone. And that's on my Discord. I think I posted the picture.
Okay, I'll have to take a look at that soon.
And then, basically it's like a selfie. And then they had Plinko. They had a Plinko board for prizes. I got a pin out of it, but I feel like I got the booby prize. It was very popular. And then they had 6 of the developers come. 3 from Hearthstone, 3 from World of Warcraft, and signed posters.
Nice.
And then on top of all that, at the end of the night, because they made sure that you had to actually stay for a certain length of time.
Yep.
They did do raffles and such too.
Hey, Warpig.
But at the end of the night, you get a swag bag, and it came with a T-shirt, which is extra large. So if you're really large, you're SOL. If you're really small, I'm gonna wear it. I don't care. But it was an event T-shirt. There was a pin. There was some codes for some downloads. There was like a WoW appearance. There's free packs for a Hearthstone, and there's something for Warcraft Rumble, and there's 10% off in their store. And what else did we get? Oh, and the plushie. We got like a random small little plushie. And I wanted a Moonkin one really bad, but I didn't get it. And we got to the train station, and there was a couple there who had their bags, and they obviously attended it. And the lady had gotten the Moonkin, and Gamer DJ was so nice. He traded his little Blinky, the little Fey Dragon, so I could get the Moonkin hatchling.
Okay.
So he's sitting on my couch right now. So it was amazing, and then there was a really awesome DJ. Like, they didn't announce there was dancing, but oh my god, you get like full dance floor. And then there was a band called Power Glove, which basically took video game music, like video game theme songs, and a few they did Ghostbusters. They did like Power Rangers and the X-Men theme, and they are a metal hair band with the hair.
Nice.
They were fucking amazing.
Nice.
Pardon my French. There was the music they did Tetris in punk rock.
What were you trying to say,
Sorry,
Ty?
in metal. Shit.
Ty, you're trying to say something?
Ty?
No, I was just clearing my throat.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you were trying to say something. So
So yeah, it was an amazing event. I really wish you could have been here. 'Cause,
Yep.
Yeah, it would have been. You would have had an absolute blast. And of course, you're hanging out with everybody else who plays the game.
oh yeah.
So yeah, I'm sorry to hear that news. For apparently his daughter was missing the pin. I've really forgot about that. It's a nice pin too. It's just basically the logo for the event. But I collect pins from places I go, so I would have been really sad if it was missing. But it was an incredible night. I had an absolute blast. I heard band. I'm like, oh, it's probably gonna be too loud. I'm gonna want to crawl, go to another room or just leave. And no, it was probably one of the best bands I've ever seen. It was so good. Look them up. I think they have stuff on Spotify and whatnot.
Okay.
And it's all video games. They did. I remember that Kirby, Mario. Shit. What
Yeah, I
else?
think I've seen that
Sonic.
Dragon
That's
I think I got
Hey,
more of those
Mario?
songs in my list.
Smash Brothers. It said Tetris, which was alright. And that one, the second thing they played, I could not identify, and I still don't know what it was because they didn't announce it. It's been driving DJ crazy because I know that song, because I can't think of where it came from, but I know that song. 10 out of 10 would do again.
All right. Here we go. Here. How's the?
It looks great. Oh, it looks really good. That looks really good. So now, are you going to up the ante in difficulty and do as an OSL fire effect?
No, I am not. I would like to be done with this model at some point.
It's
Well,
not
I mean,
next year.
truth be told, the fire actually doesn't go that high up.
No, I know, but
He made the wings. He's so big. It would just probably, if you did OSL, probably just be the leg.
yeah.
But no, I get it, and you don't have to do it.
Yep. And now
Boy, the edge of the wings.
yeah. Now the wings I've worked so hard on. Now let's make them glow. Now I'm wondering if I want to do a glaze over the fire too, just to tie it all together.
I mean, do you have it blended? I mean, it's hard to tell.
Yeah, I know. I used
Blend it pretty well. You shouldn't need a glaze.
yeah.
I think the problem with putting a glaze on there is that, what would you glaze it first of all? Would you glaze it yellow?
Yeah, or like a mix of the yellow and orange.
Well, the thing of it is, if you go darker, you want to keep your bottom, your yellow, that's the center of the hottest part.
Yeah.
You want to keep yellow.
Yeah.
So you'd have to probably glaze it yellow. And yellow, we all know, is not a very good. It's not a very good color to put over darker colors.
No, but also that would I think that would work though.
I don't know. You could try it.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
not gonna say it won't work.
I think I might, just to. Cause I'm feeling spicy with it, I guess. And I guess my blends are feeling like they're a bit too, or my layers are feeling a bit stark, or or they're too visible. Get what
Nice.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, thanks, a Night Whisper. So traded mine for the Heartstone pin. Got it if they're getting stuff. If you didn't have one of the winning raffle ticket colors for her Shadowlands pin, she already had it from Christmas. All right, well, sweet. At least it was a trade that was, you know, one that you'd be really happy with. Oh, and Muse, did I tell you that I finally got at least like my girls to try shrimp?
Oh, you did?
Yeah. We were gonna go to like this Cajun place one night, and like the look of horror on the waitress's face is just like, do you have a reservation? No. How long would it take for a party of 6? Probably about like half hour to 45 minutes. Okay, we'll go somewhere else.
Not bad. That's not even that bad.
Well, they were turning into dumb hungry bitches. So
Oh, well, all right. If we're talking about kids, okay, then that
Yeah.
might be a problem.
yeah, that's a problem with kids.
Yeah.
So we go to a seafood restaurant that's nearby, and actually, my youngest and her youngest are both just like, "Is there clam chowder here?" And we're like, "Yes," because we keep forgetting that those two love clam chowder. And so we go in, and like, luckily, a table of 6 had just cleared out, and they're like, "Give us 5 minutes to clear it off, and it's yours." So we go inside, and I order a plate of fried shrimp because Dad's turning into a dumb hungry bitch too. I'll admit it.
I love shrimp.
Yeah, and so I get it, and I get my girls to try it, and I actually get her youngest to try it too, and she's like, "Oh, that's not bad. I don't really like it that much, but it wasn't bad." But my oldest had like 4 pieces of shrimp. Then I just had to make sure that the tails were off for her. And my youngest, like, she took a little bit of her time, but she's like, "Oh, I'm sad that more was eaten because she wanted more." But hey, they both like fried shrimp at least, so, or at least they gave it a shot.
Better. I mean, that's cool. No, I like it better. I like shrimp. I like it better when it's boiled or in pasta, or I don't like it if it's fried.
See, that's where I first learned to love it, because I'm in the Midwest. Let's face it. That's the best way to eat shrimp here, because you know all the bacteria is gone.
Yep.
And
I could probably eat popcorn shrimp by the pound.
oh yeah, I could too. But yeah,
What they said, chilled on ice with cocktail sauce.
Gross.
I love it that way.
gross.
Yeah.
I straight up don't like it stuff. Straight up don't like
It
it.
is cooked. Remember, it is cooked. It's not raw shrimp.
No, I know it's cooked.
That would
I-
be, that would be gross.
See, Delay Capture loves it that way, and I don't mind that. You know, it's okay. I'm not going to yuck or yum. But she knows I will not touch that plate of shrimp.
And,
All right.
you know, when they come back here, you gotta get them to try lobster.
Yes, I do.
Although the sad thing is, I can't really eat lobster anymore.
I know. I'm sorry to hear that. And like my mom, she loves shrimp, but now she can't because it locks up her joints.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. That's
Oh,
Yeah.
I think I've heard
So,
that.
or
Yeah.
you know, like, or like her joints are just like, or I won't say really locked up, but like they flare up insanely, and so like every now and then she will do it, and she'll just tell my dad, just like, I'm not gonna be much, I'm not gonna be good for much tomorrow, so yeah, you're just gonna have to deal with this.
Sounds miserable.
Yeah, I know.
At least mine is just a bit of a digestible sensitivity.
Yeah.
exacerbate gout. That's the
Yeah.
present.
Oh, is it gout?
I have no
I
idea.
was wondering.
That's what livestrong.com says.
Yeah, shrimp can absolutely do that. I remember because my grandfather had gout. I believe he had to avoid shrimp.
I wear these orthopedic shoes because I got a bad case of the gout.
Gout sucks.
But there's
I had
no reason to shout.
friend of mine dating back to elementary school that I lived with him and a couple other guys for a while, and he got gout, but he was a hunter. He was always eating organ meat. Like, yeah, that'll do that to you.
Yep. Okay, here we go. Glaze test with yellow. He Who Peanut.
Just lathered on there.
I am.
So is shrimp the only thing that they've tried, seafood wise?
Well, aside from the two youngest ones, trying and loving clam chowder, they've tried fish. They were mediocre. They were kind of lukewarm with it. So,
Depends on the fish, though.
but it was just like fried fish, like at Red Lobster or something like that. I need to get him to try like like an actual like fish fillet, like like something that I would like grill.
Like, salmon is definitely very different than catfish.
Yeah. I actually have. God, what did one of the guys at work give me? Oh.
Mahi mahi is the best.
Yeah. Mahi mahi is good. What was it? It was a whitefish. It might have been. He got it on a fishing trip. Oh, halibut.
Except for the halibut.
Yep.
Beat me to it.
I'd have been disappointed if no one else would have done it. Okay, you know what? That doesn't look too bad. I might have to just bring the reds up a little bit more. Yeah, what do you guys think of that?
It's good.
Very nice.
I think you have to bring the reds up a bit.
Yeah.
Right now it's just looking a little too yellow for my opinion.
But I gave it a shot.
It covered
Yeah.
too much and not enough.
Yeah, but it was like here, look at my thumb. Like, there's how thin that was. Like, it was super thin.
That's really strange that it covered. Usually yellow doesn't cover for shit.
Well, apparently, maybe we unlocked the secret of yellows. You have to glaze it. If you're gonna do thin coats, do it as a glaze.
I mean, unless you found a yellow what yellow were you using?
I used the candlelight yellow from Reaper.
That's weird, because usually that doesn't cover super well. I've got it. Wait, where have I got it? Did I get it right? Nope, I've got torchlight. I've got candlelight yellows in one of my boxes.
Alright.
Interesting.
It could also be the color of your light and how we're picking it up on the camera too.
Well, but it looks really more... Like, the reds look more orange now. So,
Gotcha.
yep.
So glaze it with orange.
I was almost thinking that, but actually I might just do a dry brush of red over some of the higher up parts and just see how that looks. Just got to let that glaze dry a little bit. And yeah, and I'm just, for the red, I'm using Fire Red from Reaper.
Oh, I like that color too.
Yeah.
Sounds like it should be fire.
Yeah. Doc, you want to take care of that?
What? I don't see anything.
No.
Snoring?
Ty. Unless, Ty, you awake,
Or
bud?
somebody-
Oh,
I say, is that snoring or is that a
That's snoring. I think, yeah.
sounded like a mixer? Yeah, that vibration
It-
type thing.
there we go. Sorry, I thought you were talking about like a bot in chat again. But I don't see anything.
The Ty is reached sleeping time.
Yep, his Mercury
Yeah.
switch flipped.
It happened.
Okay. And if he wakes up and comes back, then, more power to him. But
I don't think he ever does he? Does he ever come back?
he has not. But I don't blame him either, because, he is coming, like, straight off of full work day.
I'll be honest, I'm almost surprised that I'm not like passed out right here. I've been.
I am too, considering your time zone.
Yeah, I mean, it's only an hour difference.
Oh, I know, but still. At times, that hour difference can mean quite a bit.
Not for me, because usually I don't go to bed till midnight at the earliest, and a lot of times a lot later than that. And I have friggin' tons of stuff I need to paint, he said, before next week. So I'm gonna be
There we
probably
go.
doing some serious midnight oil, and I'm gonna get up early, so
I'm liking how this is looking now.
do you have more red?
I'm just dry brushing red over it now.
Okay. So you're adding more red.
Yep. Oh, thanks, Ty. Hey, yeah, feel free to join back in the chat. Yeah, you're starting to snore there for a little bit, so hop back in. You're not banned. Just could tell you were sleepy.
At least I don't think it's bad. I don't think you're bad. No, you're not bad.
No.
But maybe. But
Yeah, I'm drinking some of the old-fashioned mix from Costco tonight.
nice. Yeah, my brother made some old fashions with Kirkland bourbon this weekend.
Okay.
Pretty tasty.
All right, now that I dry brushed it again, do I do another glaze?
No.
No?
You're gonna end up killing it again. I wouldn't touch it. Does it look good?
Yeah,
Then don't touch it. It looks good.
I touched it.
If you're happy with it and it looks nice,
Yeah.
don't touch it. I have this whole thing I say at work. The more we dick with something, the greater chance it has of getting fucked up.
True enough. Okay, now I'm going to start on the skulls at least. At least slap some, since I'm not doing washes and I'm just doing layers. Do I start with, yeah, I think I might go with Mournfang Brown, because that'll be a good, yeah, touch the gout. belch.
You actually said the word belch when you belched.
Yep.
Yep.
It's my shtick. I like to say words as I belch. It's either Biore or belch.
Excuse you.
Alrighty.
Oh, that's right. I will be here next Wednesday.
You will?
Yeah, debate. Unless I decide to go to bed early, haha, that ain't happening.
Alright.
'Cause I gotta be up at stupid early. When is my too early?
I knew a woman who would belch, excuse me. You know what? I've got to add that to my repertoire now.
What is it? Oh, belch, excuse me. I don't know. Oh, my phone is over there.
Seems good.
Let's,
I'm still...
Do you have to get up the crack of 9?
Hey, that resembles my life.
Yeah, instead of the crack of noon.
Look, all I'm saying is y'all make career choices you didn't have to make.
Ditto.
alright.
Yeah, fair. Yeah.
But I will say, it is nice being done for the day most of the time at, like, 3:30 or 4.
That's nice.
Some of us also don't have to meander their way across the hallway to their office. Some of us get to go all the way into the works.
Yep.
Hey. I have to go all the way downstairs to the basement.
Oh my god. So tomorrow, next
Please
week-
don't twist your knee.
Maybe I shouldn't.
My knees are one of the few things that aren't a problem. Yet.
No, I think I'm gonna be an idiot and come hang out here after instead of going to bed like a smart person.
Alright.
My flight departs at 6:05 a.m., which means I want to get to the airport around 4.
Ooh, yep.
Which means I need to probably leave here.
You just don't even go to bed. You just stay awake
No,
all
I'll
night
go to
and then
bed. No,
sleep on the plane.
I will go to bed and I will sleep on the plane. I'll go to bed and I regularly don't ever sleep enough. So,
Yep.
to be fair. So this hardly would be new. A new experience. for
Yeah,
me.
this isn't really out of your wheelhouse.
Yeah. I'll be up tonight, so I'm gonna try to finish this mini. I got 2 minis actually. I'm trying to finish tonight. One is really close to being done. The other one is not super complicated, and it's not terribly far from being finished. And then I gotta figure out how I'm gonna put the 2 minis in my little mini diorama. Very simple. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna actually build it to get the point across. Oh boy.
You know what? The other skulls I might as well just base with brown as well and work on them.
Oh yeah, did you see that movie trailer I sent you?
Yes, I just didn't get a chance to react. Kung Fury.
Sounds like it's locked in purgatory at the studio.
Ah, damn
They
it.
won't release it.
Well, maybe this leaked sizzle reel will help that out.
Yeah, maybe it'll do just like Deadpool.
Yep. Or, oh shit, people really want this. Okay.
Post this in the Discord.
Kung Fury?
Yes.
Give me a moment.
Now, should I paint the Kroot skull like a normal skull or go with a different color?
What do you want to do? Now that's an artistic choice. What do you want to do?
I don't know yet, so I'm not going to touch it right now.
That's a good idea. But this road, that I think sounds like something that you should decide on your own.
Yeah,
Because that really is an artistic choice.
that it is. Or maybe I'll ask my Warhammer guy if he's heard any lore on if Kroot skulls are like our skulls or even Orky skulls or whatever.
I mean, well, in that case, then, if you want, you always just go on like Google Images and put it in and see what pops up. Maybe you'll
What
actually
other
get
people
like.
have interpreted it as.
Yep.
It is in general.
Yeah. Oh, Kung Fury 2.
Yes.
I still haven't watched the first one.
Oh my god. We need to have a date night then.
Alright. We'll get that new beer that Sojan was talking about and watch Kung Fury.
Yep.
Should I come over there or should you come over here?
You should come over here.
Okay. Because I'll point out the advantage of being here is that my TV is not as big as yours, but there are no children in my house.
True enough, but we would watch it after they go to sleep.
Okay.
Yeah, but then you won't be starting till like 11 o'clock at night.
No, wouldn't be start until like
10 o'clock.
9 at the
Oh,
latest.
it's right.
9 at the earliest.
It's an hour different thing.
Yeah.
Because go the F to sleep.
Yep. Apparently that's what my ex kind of had to do with my youngest tonight, because they just got back late enough, and if she stays up late enough, yeah, she just turns into what we call just a puddle of felicity, and she just complains about anything and everything, and it's just like, just shut up, go to sleep. This will be better after you get some sleep. We promise. Just do yourself and us a favor and just shut up and go to sleep. Though in a lot nicer words.
Of course.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
You say, shut your yap instead of shut up. Wait, no, maybe that's not any better. Maybe that's not any better. I hate
Just need a little nap time.
What's that, Sojan?
Just need a little bit of nap time.
Yep. Yeah, nap makes a lot of things better. Yeah. Ask Uncle Sojan. He'll tell you.
Oh, naps are great.
No, I mean liquid nap time.
Oh.
Liquid nap?
Chloroform.
Yep.
Oh, geez.
This rag smell like ether to you?
I don't know.
I don't think I need it.
Oh my god, it's 10:35. Where did the time go?
Oh my god. Okay. Yep, just finishing up this little bit.
I'm not telling you to stop, I'm just surprised.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, you could keep going.
That is literally what she said.
I mean, I'm captive at my desk tonight to work on these two things.
Yeah, but I would like to have a little bit of time with delay capture.
See, you could do what I do. I have an overtime thing, a channel partner work for 15 minutes of overtime.
I could. I might.
But maybe.
But maybe. But maybe not. I don't know. Okay. Alright, move him off to the side. Yeah, like just got a nice brown base on all the skulls, and then I can go through with like a either Ushabti bone or a skull white. Not a skull white. You know, guys know what I'm saying.
Do we?
Do you?
Sure.
Yeah. How are you?
Mm-hmm.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately. Who is your daddy and what does he do?
Oh. Okay.
But I'll finish my drink on stream first. Let's see. Let's see who's on. Any recommendations for rating?
Nope.
Wherever you want to go. There's a few.
I've got a ton of channels that are live. Box to Tabletop is live. Paintwater Sommelier is live.
Okay. You know what?
They're all good choices. Those are both a good choices.
Or Lecter's Kitchen. Yeah.
It's a good choice.
You know what? Paintwater Sommelier has, no, well, actually, Box to Tabletop has, he's rated S a few times. Well, let's see. Go for Paintwater Sommelier.
Either or.
Yeah.
They're both good.
Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, let's throw him a few viewers. So. Alright. Here we go. Alright, well, thank you, Muse, for the raid. I always appreciate it.
I always do it because it's it's very convenient.
Yep. So, but yeah, thank you for the raid. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for all the feedback on the flames. I will actually take pictures and post it on a few of the Discords. So,
Cool.
yep. So, yeah. Yeah, otherwise we'll see you guys all on Monday, hopefully, and if not, Wednesday then as well. So, yeah, without any further ado and rambling, because I'm slightly drunk, we'll head over to Paintwater Sommelier and catch you on Monday. And between now and then, just remember to keep on painting.
Paintwater Sommelier's video channel is only for certain viewers.
Oh, yeah?
Did he swear a whole bunch or something?
Not that I'm aware of.
I'm just kidding. I don't give a shit.